Welcome back for homework for 723. It's kind of a short one today, which is nice. All right, so for the first one, we have to graph the points at the table and then draw a line and find three ratios to describe the slope of the line. Okay, so first we have to plot these points. I already put on a coordinate graph, but you go ahead and do that if you haven't, and we're just going to plot these points. So 0, 1 means I'm going over means I'm going over 1 and plotting it right on the line because I'm not going up or down at all. No. Oh my goodness. I thought it was 1, 0. Okay, we're not moving left or right at all, right? 0. We're going up 1 on the y-axis. That looks better. Okay. Then over 2 and then up 6. Right there. Then 5, 13 and a half. 13 and a half is going to be way up here somewhere, a little bit off my chart. Maybe if you did yours a little bit farther down, you'd be fine. All right, -2 means -2 on the x, and then down 4. 4 right here. All right, and then -4, and then down 9. Puts me right here. Okay. Then I'm going to use my package again here from before to connect my points to make that line for the most part. All right, there we go. Okay, and then we needed to determine the slope. So I'm just going to pick any 2 points. It doesn't matter which one. I'm going to go ahead and draw in my growth triangle, and I can see I'm going up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm going over 2, so that is my slope. Slope is 5 halves, just like that. And it doesn't matter which points. You could have picked these two. Any of them would work. I probably wouldn't pick the half because then we'd have to figure out the decimal. All right, then for number 62, we have to find the slope of each line. Again, I'm going to pick points that are on the right on some of these crosshairs. Here's one right there. Let's find another one because this one isn't one. That's not one. This is. Okay. So we're going up 1, 2, and then over 1, 2, 3. Wait. Oh, we're counting by. No, that's by ones. Those might not be exact. Let's see. Let's find a couple more and make sure. So the rise would be 2. Somehow I'm off by 1 here. Oh, did I not count? Okay, sorry. Up 3 over. I just didn't hit the right line here. That would be why. Over 5. Or up 2 over 3. Okay. Then for B, we're going to do the same thing. Find some points that are right on the line. Like that. Oh, that one's not. That one for sure is. Let's find another one. That one's not. That one's not. Sometimes it's hard to find them, so here we go. Okay, and then how many did we go up? How many did we go across? Okay. All right. Flipping it on over. We just need to solve for each equation here. So we just have to do a little distributing. 10 times 0.02 is going to be 0.2, right? Because we can swing that decimal point over 1. And then again, 10 times our 0.1 is going, or 0.01, sorry, is going to be 0.1. Duh, spit it all out there. And then we're just going to solve for our variable. So add 0.1 on either side. Oops, don't want to forget our equal sign. And then that would leave us with 0.2x equals 1.1 dividing by our 0.2. And it is going to be x equals 5.5 when you go ahead and do your division. Okay, next one. For this one, I'm just going to use Fraction Buster. We haven't used that in a little bit, so I'm going to pull that one out. I'm going to multiply everything by 3 because that's our denominator. And I know I can cross cancel right there, so I just have 1x, or x, minus 6 times 3 is 18. 8 times 3 we know is 24. We're going to add 18 on either side, right, to solve for our variable, and x equals 42. There we go. Not too bad, just a little review for you. Okay, number 64, we have to write and solve an equation for the following situation to find any variables and write our solution as a sentence. So Jennifer has a total of 4.5 hours to spend at the beach swimming and playing volleyball. She spends the same, the time she spends playing volleyball will be twice, so volleyball is twice the amount of time that she's spending swimming. How long is she doing the activity for? Okay, so we know that the total is 4.5 hours. So that means that whatever we have is going to have to equal 4.5 hours. And we don't know exactly how much time she's spending on either activity, right? But we know that when she's playing volleyball, it's twice as much. So 2 times x. And then we're going to have to be adding however much time she spends swimming to that. So when we solve, right, we can combine our x's. So we have 3x equals 4.5. And then divide by 3. X equals 1.5. And it also said to define our variables. X equals the number of hours she swam. So basically, she will swim 1.5 hours and play volleyball for 3 hours. Right? That's what that information tells us. Okay, last bit. Again, just solving for our variables, being sure that we show all of our work. And it does ask us to check our answers. So to do this, we are going to distribute, right? 6 times 2 is 12, and then x minus 30 equals negative x, right? Because we're distributing, minus 4, distributing that negative again. I'm going to add 30 to both sides. Gives me 12x equals negative x. And then plus, let's see, I have to subtract these, so that would be 26. Adding x on either side to get our x's together. We have 13 equals 26. And then, oops, don't forget the x. So really it looks like this. 13x equals 26. Then we would divide by 13 to get the variable alone. And then we have x equals 2. Okay, to check that, we're just going to plug it back in. Okay, so in for x. So 6, we just rewrite everything else. We just put an x or 2 in place for that x. And then we solve. So first we have to do everything inside the parentheses before we distribute. So 2 times 2 is 4. I can distribute my parentheses here. So negative 2 minus 4. Or, oops, I'm sorry, I didn't do my stuff inside my parentheses. Like I said I was going to show you. Okay, so negative 4 plus 2 is 6. Again, doing our parentheses first. Now I can distribute that negative. Negative 6 equals negative 6. Check, that works out. We did it correct. Whoop, whoop. All right, same thing here. We're going to be solving for y, so we have to distribute this negative to everything inside the parentheses. Then we're going to go ahead and combine our terms here. 2 minus 2 is 0, so we have negative y equals 3y. we do need to get our y's together. You cannot call it no solution right here and say, nope, those don't equal because we don't have our variables together yet. So we have 0 equals 4y. Then when I divide by my coefficient up front, y equals 0. Okay, that's not a no solution. I have to be able to plug 0 back into this. So 2 minus 0 plus 2 equals 3 times 0. All right, so doing everything inside our parentheses first, then multiplying over here. 2 minus 2 is 0. That one checks out as well. All right, that was our homework for today. It was pretty short, which is nice. Come on back for tomorrow's.